When the pandemic was declared, thousands of people lost their jobs. To help out, most Canadian banks offer to defer mortgage payments for 6 months, but that is about to end. So what happens now? Joining me now is RE/MAX real estate agent Justin Havre. Good morning, Justin.
Good morning.
So let's talk about these deferrals. Go back a little bit. Who is eligible and how do they work?
So basically, it was any Canadian homeowner that had a mortgage with a Canadian bank had the option to defer their mortgage payments for up to 6 months. Now, this was obviously to help alleviate the financial stress that this pandemic would have on households.
And when are these expected to come to an end then?
Well, we're creeping up on the 6 months here, and we're going to start seeing deferrals coming to an end here this fall in September.
Now, people are still out of work, some still losing their jobs, and money is tight. What are some options for people who are faced with this?
Well, some of the options for people that are faced with this is one, they should start to engage with a conversation with their lender before the so-called deferral comes to an end, just to kind of see what their options are. The Canadian government will probably also have some discussions around what some other options would be, because nobody wants to see this deferral cliff kind of come to an end.
In your opinion, with your clients, do you think that this has worked, or do you think that it's put off people's problems, just a little longer?
I definitely think it has worked to some degree, because obviously some people have gotten back to work. We're not in a complete lockdown anymore, and society is kind of coming back to somewhat of a new normal, although there's still many economic challenges that we're faced with. So it can probably prolong the impact a bit, but we definitely have to face what we're facing now.
Now, Justin, one concern is that when the deadline comes and goes, there could be a lot of people listing their homes. Can we talk a little bit about that?
Yes, I mean, there definitely could be a lot of people that will put their homes up for sale. Obviously, you want to get ahead of it rather than chasing it. So what we're seeing in the marketplace right now is a lot of activity. This is probably due to the impact of the lockdown that we had previously that impacted our spring market. And if we look at the sales here in Calgary, the overall market sales increased by almost 12% this July over July 2019. And the majority of the activity and that being in the single family detached sector.
Can we talk a little bit more about that then? Because I know a lot of people are wondering, is this a good time to be selling my home, buying? What is it looking like out there on the market right now? I think, overall home sales were slumping almost 63% when we spoke to you, around April a few months ago.
Yes, I think the pandemic also impacted obviously the supply that we had in the real estate market, and we're still seeing a shortage of supply in some market segments, especially in the single family detached sector under 600,000. And let's be honest, not that many people want to have people coming into their home with this virus that's in our society, right? So that has obviously put a little bit of a damper on the supply. And at the same time, we have record low interest rates right now. You can get into a 5-year fixed mortgage for as low as 1.94% from one of the major banks here in Alberta. And that is obviously very enticing for the consumer that's looking at entering the marketplace or perhaps making a move up.
What is being done then in regards to health measures, with walkthroughs and people wanting to look at homes?
Well, one of the things that we have done is we've obviously started to implement a lot of technology. So with every property that we list with our team here at Justin Havre Associates or RE/MAX First, we include a 3D scan of the interior of the home, which basically creates a virtual tour that the consumers can view that home from the comfort and safety of their home. This can also create less disruption for the homeowner who has their home up for sale, and probably more qualified buyers will enter the home rather than having a lot of people just snooping around, just seeing if this is the right house. And along with that, 95% of buyers start their search online. That's where the first showing is nowadays.
All right, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much, Justin.
All right, thanks for having me.
For more information, you can go to justinhavre.com.